Hey guys, this is Dan with Gears and Gadgets. Thanks for tuning in. So this morning I am on the road heading to do a collaboration, which I've always wanted to do more collaborations. It just seems to be like a time commitment that's really hard to do that. But with this one in particular, I was looking for window tint on the truck. I reached out to the shop that normally does my tinting. They're, I guess, maybe just more traditional. You bring your car in, leave it, come back a few hours later, and pick it up, which is fine. That's what most people want to do. But for me, I want to film it. And the company that I normally go to wouldn't even respond to my request. I was like, I'm going to look around and see what other shops out there maybe have like a YouTube presence who would be open-minded to me filming. So I found the shop, and it's called Tint 360. I reached out to them and said, hey, would you guys let me film the process? I have tried window tinting in the past. It is a skilled trade. You could go to YouTube as a very skilled DIYer, learn all of the tips and tricks, but because you don't actually have the experience of applying those tips and tricks, not be able to do it, or at least do it well. I'm excited to go and watch people who are very skilled at what they do it and just really enjoy watching, that kind of skilled labor aspect of something like window tinting that people maybe not even think all that much about. So we're going to get over there again, Tint 360 up in North Phoenix, Deer Valley area, and see what their shop's all about. And I'm really excited for this collab, so let's get to it.
All right, so we have this 2024 GMC AT4 coming in. He's looking to get some window tint done. The dealership did the two fronts, didn't do anything to the rear, so he's looking to kind of darken it up a little bit. So we're going to put some darker film on the front, some darker film on the rear, kind of give him a little bit more privacy, and it's also going to give him some good heat rejection and some UV ray rejection. So let's get it done.
So when you guys have, say, like your supercar type stuff, do they just stand like right behind you all the time they're doing it?
You have some that they don't even come for the drop off, and then you have the ones that come in here with 2010 something.
Don't scratch my Cavalier.
Yeah.
It's a rally sport. Tell me what you're doing.
So this side-by-side, they brought it in. They wanted to get a full wrap on it. So it's getting a full custom design wrap, printed wrap. It's going to be black in the front and kind of gradient to the back. This is all going on the front here. So this is going to cover the hood scoop, the front.
So what brought you to wrapping? Where do you come from? What's your
So
background?
I come from detailing, and wrapping has always been something that like caught my eye. I see the guys in the shops wrapping the cars, and
My advice to you is keep doing it.
yeah, no, that's the plan.
Stick with what you love instead of following the path of least resistance.
Yeah.
Quite the custom rig here.
Yeah, so the shop that makes these, they actually completely make a bunch of them. This is the off-road one.
Okay.
They have like a drift one that they're coming out with. They have a bunch of different specs. The people that built it, they're building it for their customer.
Gotcha,
And
okay.
they needed someone to wrap it, so they brought it here. We're gonna wrap it.
So it is a
for 'em.
customer unit then?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
I believe you go on their website and you kind of just go through, customize what you want on it.
It's got all the fresh air lines and everything. That's sick. Upfit UTV. Where are they out of?
They're right on the other side of this
Oh,
airport.
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
so they're pretty close. About a 6-minute drive.
Yeah, they put some work into this rig.
Yeah.
So this is a Draft Tech FC9000. This thing is basically cutting all of our window film, all of our vinyl, all of our paint protection film. It really increases the speed, increases the quality of the pattern, because it's all precision to exactly the shape of whatever panel or window that we're installing it on. So right here I can see every single window for this vehicle from every variation. So I pull it up to my cut board. We're going to take these two windows, because the back half is getting the same shade. I'm going to kind of just stack these like this. So that way I can cut the two fronts out separately, and then I can cut the rear out separately. So right now it's cutting one of the windows. We'll go ahead and we'll go get these ones put on the glass, get them cut out and weeded.
I've done the attempt of DIY window tinting, where I'm like wrestling with the roll of film on the window on the outside, trying to trim around with a razor blade, and then get to the point where I kind of get to the install stage, and then I end up with just a big crumpled up ball of window tint in my hand.
Yep, that's generally how it usually goes whenever people try to do it themselves, because they don't understand the film, they don't understand the material and how it works, and like the way that you have to handle it, you have to be very gentle with it. Like you'll see us like grabbing it and doing crazy stuff with it, but we know what to avoid while we're holding it, because those slightest little crease, little crimp, whatever. It's going to wrinkle the film,
Yeah.
crease it, and you're going to see it plain as day after you get it on the glass.
And that was something I was mentioning in my intro. This is really a skilled trade in and of itself. So like you can be, I consider myself to be a pretty handy guy.
Yeah.
And I could watch as many YouTube videos about how to do this as possible, but I don't have like the muscle memory and like the repetition, yeah, all that stuff.
Repetition to be able to do this.
So
and do it effectively, efficiently, and have a good outcome.
So what I'm trying to say is, don't try this at home. It's not. It is not worth it. You will waste more film spend more in film than you will just having it done.
Well, not only that, you know, like you can go and you can buy window film and stuff like that, but in order to get a film that's really going to perform of the way that you want it to, if you're looking for infrared rejection and, you know, UV rejection and all that, stuff that's going to keep you comfortable and protect your interior, you're not really going to be able to get that just going and buying it anywhere. Like being a dealer, having a professional shop do it, you're going to get a better outcome because you're going to feel the difference and it's going to look much better.
So $18 for a roll of window tinted AutoZone is not the way to go. So all in, you say this took about, what was that, like an hour? And yeah.
To do this truck, it's usually about an hour.
So every vehicle they can tint in now.
No. No, one person tinting on this thing is usually about an hour, hour and a half, depending on, you know, the day. If we have crazy amount of cars on the schedule, then we're obviously moving a little bit, you know, at a better pace. But, you know, just kind of taking your time, it's about an hour. So if two people got on this thing and we wanted to like get it done real quick, we've had a truck like this done in like 30 minutes.
Wow, that's pretty
so
crazy.
that's, you know, that's efficiently working, not rushing it, just working efficiently. We know the different steps to take for starting from the plotter room. If we have one person cutting, one person taking apart and prepping windows, by the time he's done prepping windows and the window film's all plotted, they kind of meet in the middle, and then boom, both of them are on the car tinting the vehicle. So it's just the steps you take and where you're having people do.
And then are you guys, when you're done tinting, you guys can all hop on and kind of help out with other, like you can do the wrap and
oh
and all that
yeah.
stuff
So
too,
like everybody here is like really well rounded and seasoned in all different applications that we have here. So whether it's sails in the front, window tint, vinyl, PPF, okay.
Yeah.
You feel the drag that's on your hand.
Yep.
It's not like slick, like if it was like wet almost. Francisco's car is ceramic coated. This actually has satin PPF on it as well. Run your hand across that.
Oh, it's
You
like,
can feel the slickness of it.
it's just like silky smooth.
Especially feel the fender right here. It's just,
yeah, that's
ceramic
crazy.
coating.
Okay.
Okay, so it makes it super silky smooth. It also, you know, it's going to be hydrophobic. It's going to keep your car cleaner. It's going to increase the gloss of it and stuff.
I need to take a look at my sales. I have a whole video ready to be filmed on like dealership BS add-ons.
Okay.
So
yes, good.
that's
good.
That is one of them.
Yeah, because we get people that come in all the time. Oh yeah, they colored it. Oh yeah, they put PPF on. They tinted all the windows, and we go out and we're like, well, they didn't do this, they didn't do that, and they didn't do this. So,
but they charged you $600 for it.
Exactly. So they kind of ripped you off.
I've thought about doing the PPF. Obviously, I've owned a bunch of trucks in my life, and trucks, the front grills and the front bumpers just take rock chips like
The front bumpers are
ridiculous.
usually the worst because it's the lowest part of it.
Yeah, it's just a
and
big
the bumpers
flat
are usually
section.
steel or they're metal of some sort. So there's when on metal panels that you have paint on, there's no cushion. On plastic like SUVs and stuff, you can get some pitting where it can have a slight chance of avoiding a rock chip. On this, it hits it and it just chips. It just chips the paint right
So
off.
what would you recommend, bare minimum, like this is the best way, like what would you recommend for PPF?
So for PPF, I always recommend because the full front is our most commonly packaged sold here. The full front is going to cover your full front bumper. So it's going to cover all the white areas on your front bumper. We're going to get the full white here. We're going to also do your headlights. We're going to do your full hood, full fenders. We would do the mirror cap right here.
Oh, okay.
And then door cups, which it looks like the dealer did for you, and then door edge guards. So that's going to be the full front. So the reason that I always recommend that is because a lot of the times when people ask about a partial is going to be all the same coverage areas, except for it's going to end about 24 inches up the hood and it's going to meet at the fender. Aesthetically, you're going to have a line that runs across your car. A lot of people don't like that, and that's usually the sole reason that people don't go with that, and they prefer to do the full.
And is that going to like accumulate like dirt and stuff too on that?
It depends on the color.
Edge?
It depends on the color. Some is more visible, some isn't. When you wash the car, it goes away.
Okay.
But over time, it builds up until you wash it.
Yep.
So, and then another reason is all this is exposed still. So you're still going to have rock chips all over this area, and what are you going to do? Now you're getting into touch-up paint.
I will say, living in Phoenix, I have replaced more windshields than I have ever living in. I've lived in New York, Atlanta. I've been all over the country, and there are so many rocks all over the highways here. It's absurd. Like I said, I've broke way more windshields here. So just all the landscaping and everything is just, it's all rocks here.
There's no grass.
There's no grass.
The gravel and the rock replaces grass. So if you think about it, if your windshield keeps getting broken, there's definitely rocks making their way up on the middle.
And I had it all over my F-150, my GMC Sierra. Every vehicle I've had here has just taken an absolute beating. So something we'll probably come back for in the future is getting that done as well. Good deal. Well, I appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right, man.
All right, thanks. All right, Dominic, I need your socials. What are all your socials?
Oh, you can follow us on Tint360 on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. So thanks for tuning in.
All right.
So on the way home here, I got to tell you, it is immediately noticeable that it's a much cooler experience in here, to the point where I was able to actually change the air conditioning from 70 and put it up to 72, and it is 101 degrees outside. I think it's actually a little bit warmer than that, but it's not cold outside. So one of the reasons why I went with the GMC after trading in the Ford is my experience with the General Motors products is that they just do their air conditioning so much better, and when you live in Phoenix, that's a selling point. So I just noticed that the GMCs blow harder and colder than the Ford did, and I'm really happy to have that experience, but the Tint also makes it even easier for a better air conditioning system to basically be able to keep it cool almost with very little effort, and I love that. But again, really important to note here is that this was not a collaboration where it's like, hey, give me free product and I'll speak highly of your shop. Not like that. I paid full price for the window tint. It was somewhere around, it was like $675 out the door, but they charged me $75 to remove the dealership applied useless tint that every dealership does here in Phoenix. It is like the most garbage tint they can put on there to charge you like a few $100 for maximum profit percentage as dealer add-ons, and I have a whole nother video coming on the dealer add-on nonsense. So with that, you know, again, I paid full price. I am just a big fan of, on this channel, being able to support local shops. Tint360 did an absolutely awesome job. I think the product here is fantastic. It looks great, and you know, actually, I'm surprised there's not even a lot of streaking, which I normally see. So normally when you get window tint installed, and I'm guessing it's probably because the quality of film that people are utilizing, that when you first get it on, you'll see some kind of cloudiness and some streaking because it hasn't like fully cured out yet. I don't really see a lot of that going on right now. So even just initial impressions is that the Expel tint product is it's pretty solid. So this is a 5% ceramic tint, and I love it. So with that being said, guys, Tint360, check them out on all their socials. Please give them a subscribe, help grow their channel. I love the idea of me being able to use this channel as a way to help bring others up, especially local shops. And some of the stuff they're doing over there at Tint360 is pretty cool, and I suggest you give them a follow. So
check reported ahead on State Route 51 South.
all right. So with that being said, thank you very much for tuning in. If this is your first time tuning in, please hit that subscribe button down below. Remember, likes go a long way to help support the channel. I'll see you guys next time.